Good morning, senior officers, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, I welcome you all this morning to the Defense Headquarters Conference Room for the bi-weekly briefing on troops' operational activities being conducted in the various operational theaters of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. In the past 2 weeks, troops in the various theaters of operations have conducted several kinetic and non-kinetic operations with significant results recorded. The brief will cover the operational activities of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies conducted in tackling the various security challenges across the length and breadth of the country between the period of 6th to 20th October 2022. Starting from the Northeast Zone. Troops of Operation Harden K, Theater of Operation in the Northeast Zone of the country have continued to sustain and dominate their area of responsibility as various operational activities were conducted in villages, towns in Bama, Goza, Gobio, Kaga, Kukawa, Ungala, Molai, local government areas, all in Borno State. Operational activities were also conducted in villages and towns in Bade and Gujiba local government area of Yobe State. Notably, on 11th October 2022, Boko Haram is an Islamic State of West African province terrorists ambushed troops with improvised explosive device covered by fire at Galakura village in Bama local government area of the state. Following the firefight, troops neutralized 1 Boko Haram terrorist and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles. On the same day, troops on picketing duty along Gambaru-Dikwa Road in the Ngala local government area of the state were ambushed by Boko Haram, an Islamic State of West African province terrorists. The terrorists detonated 20 improvised explosive devices covered with fire. Troops countered the ambush and forced the terrorists to flee in disarray. Following the firefight, troops neutralized 17 terrorists and recovered 1 GPMG, 5 AK-47 rifle, 1 M21 rifle, and 11 motorcycles. Equally, on 7th October 2022, following credible information, troops intercepted a vehicle at Bulagoni village in Bade local government area of Yobe State, with 96 blocks of substance suspected to be cannabis sativa. Furthermore, between 6th and 19th October 2022, 60 suspected logistics suppliers of the Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African province were arrested by troops at different locations within the Northeast Theater of Operations. Items recovered from the suspect ranged from bags of rice, maize, beans, gallons of premium motor spirit, Russell livestock, medical supplies, clothing, sewing machines, among other items. Cumulatively, within the week in focus, troops recovered 14 AK-47 rifle, 2 GPMGs, 1 M21 rifle, and 1 rounds of 125mm artillery bomb, 40 rounds of 7.62mm special, 6 den gun, 1 locally made gun, 1 vehicle, 4 mobile phones, 5 bicycles, 11 motorcycles, 64 bags of beans, 5 bags of maize, large quantity of substance suspected to be cannabis sativa, medical supplies, assorted clothing materials, 46 livestock, and a sum of 250 naira only, among other sundry items. Similarly, on 13th October 2022, troops in conjunction with the Nigerian police and the Nigerian Immigration Services operatives intercepted 2 fake National Identity Management Commission officials. It was revealed that the suspect had visited Gagamari IDP camp in Niger Republic to register non-Nigerians in the IDP camp Items recovered from the suspect include a national identity number registration machine, printing machine, lamination machine, a computer tracking machine, and a generating set, among other items. Consequently, during the week in focus, 31 suspected Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province members were neutralized, while 10 were arrested and 2 civilians rescued. Furthermore, a total of 366 Boko Haram and the members of their families, comprising of 23 adult male, 112 adult female, and 231 children, surrendered to troops at different locations within the theater. All recovered items, arrested terrorists, logistics suppliers, and rescued civilians have been handed over to appropriate authorities for further actions, while the surrendered Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists that surrendered and their families are being profiled for further action. Now to the North Central Zone. Troops in the North Central Zone of the country have continued to sustain operational activities through the conduct of fighting patrols, clearance operations, and raid operations. Precisely on 11th October 2022, troops of Operation Safe Haven conducted raid operations in an area suspected to be a criminal blackout spot, where criminals converge to plan their nefarious activities at Ganandaji village in Barking Ladi local government area of Plateau State. During the operation, troops arrested 8 suspects with 5 locally fabricated pistols. Also, on 15th October 2022, troops arrested 3 notorious kidnappers and armed robbers who confessed to belonging to a notorious gang that terrorized part of Plateau, Bauchi, and Kaduna State. Items recovered from the suspect include 2 locally fabricated rifles and 36 rounds of 7.62mm special. Equally, on 15th October 2022, troops intercepted a truck loaded with 78 iron materials suspected to have been stolen from a government property in Rayfield, Jos Eid local government area of Plateau State. Troops also conducted operational activities at various villages and towns in Jos South, Bokos, Barking Ladi, Panshin, Mango, and Basa local government area, all in Plateau State. Consequently, within the week in review, troops neutralized 7 criminals, arrested 40 suspected criminals, and rescued 28 civilians. Troops also recovered 6 locally fabricated rifles and pistols, 2,000 Russell cows and sheep, 2 mobile phones, large quantity of substance suspected to be cannabis sativa, 1 vehicle, 78 irons, among other items. Relatedly, between 7th to 19th October 2022, troops of Operation Wild Stroke conducted fighting patrols, raid and clearance operations at Logo and Goma local government area of Benue State. During the operations, troops arrested 3 suspected bandits who are the foot soldiers of a notorious bandit kingpin by name Osukwe, on the wanted list, who is on the wanted list of troops at Sankara general area in Unkup local government area of Benue State. Troops of Operation White Stroke also during the period in focus arrested 4 terrorists, neutralized 1, rescued 2 civilians, and recovered 1 AK-47 rifle. Similarly, on 7th October 2022, troops of Operation Restore Sanity in Kwatai village in Kwali area of the Federal Capital Territory, based on intelligence report, arrested 2 suspected informants and bandit collaboration who are major suppliers of premium metal spirits and other sundry items to bandits in the general area. Items recovered from the suspect were 2 cows and the sum of 149,000 naira only. Troops also raided a suspected drug peddler hideout behind Pugbo Livestock Market Hill in Abuja Municipal Area Council on 8 October 2022 and arrested 1 suspected criminal with packs of substance suspected to be hard drugs. All recovered items, arrested criminals, and rescued civilians have been handed over to relevant authorities for further action. Now, the Northwest Zone. The land and air component of Operation Hadar Daji have sustained efforts to rid the joint operational area of terrorism. Notably, on 15 October 2022, two terrorist bandits responsible for a series of kidnapping and robbery incidents as well as terrorist activities in Zamfara and part of Katsina State in the past, named Kabiru, Mina, and Abubakar, and some foot soldiers surrendered to own troops at Shinkafe local government area of Zamfara. Items recovered from the repentant bandits include 4 AK-47 rifle, 2 hand grenades, 19 rounds of 7.62mm NATO belted, 62 rounds of 7.62mm special, 13 links of 7.62mm NATO, 10 rounds of 5.86mm ammunition, 4 bandoliers, 1 pair of police riot uniform, 3 desert boots, and 1 jackknife. Other items include 1 pair of police uniform, 1 box of ammunition, head warmer, among other items. Also on 18 October 2022, troops raided a notorious bandit leader camp at Gando Forest in Bukuyum local government area of Zamfara. During the encounter, troops engaged the bandits with fire, forcing the bandits to flee due to the superior firepower of own troops. Consequently, troops exploited the area and recovered livestock that were rustled by bandits. Troops also engaged bandits at Shimfida in Katsina local government while on patrol and neutralized 1 bandit, while others fled with gunshot wound. Troops also recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 motorcycle, and 1 Bafeng radio. Similarly, troops conducted operational activities at Damusa local government area of Katsina, Zurum local government area of Zamfara, and Rabba local government area of Sokoto State. Consequently, during the operation, troops neutralized a total of 10 terrorists, arrested 10 suspected terrorist collaborators, recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, 10 rounds of 7.62mm special, 6 motorcycles, and 1 Bafeng radio, while 32 civilians were rescued. Relatedly, the air components of Operation Hadar Daji sustained its onslaught against terrorists in the northeast region. Accordingly, an air interdiction operation was carried out on terrorist enclave Madi Madi at Toso Hill in Safana local government area of Katsina on 11 October 2022. Feedback revealed that 14 terrorists were neutralized in the air bombardment, while some survived the airstrike with injuries. Equally, on 14 October 2022, following intelligence of bandit plan to converge at the residence of a notorious bandit leader, Lawani Godau, aka Dogon Damina, for a ceremony at Koli village in Mura local government area of Zamfara State, the air component of Operation Hadar Daji equally conducted air bombardment at the terrorist leader enclave and neutralized over 30 terrorists as well as destroying their armory in the strike. Similarly, between 13th and 17th October 2022, troops of Operation Wild Punch conducted operational activities in Giwa and Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. On 13th October 2022, troops came in contact with terrorists in Nga Afa Koso and neutralized 2 terrorists, while 2 AK-47 rifles were recovered with 10 rounds of 7.62mm special. Consequently, within the weeks in focus, troops arrested 3 terrorists, neutralized 5 terrorists, and recovered 2 motorcycles, 5 pairs of camouflage, and rescued 15 civilians. All recovered items, arrested and rescued civilians have been handed over to relevant authorities for further action. Equally, the air component of Operation Wild Punch on 8 October 2022 carried out air interdiction operation at Yadi in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State. The airstrike led to the neutralization of a notorious terrorist kingpin known as Ali Dogo, aka Yellow, along with 30 of his fighters who were neutralized during the operation while holding a meeting in a building. Similarly, another airstrike was carried out same day following intelligence reports about the gathering of some terrorist leaders and their foot soldiers converging under tree cover at a meeting location 33 nautical miles northwest of Mando in Kaduna State. The air bombardment led to the neutralization of some of the terrorist leaders as well as scores of their foot soldiers. Now to the South-South zone. Troops of Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe in the South-South region have continued to sustain aggressive patrol to curb the menace of oil theft and illegal bunkering within Nigerian maritime environment with a view to ensuring the economic prosperity of the nation. Accordingly, troops of Operation Delta Safe in the conduct of Operation Octopus Grape on 6 October 2022, in conjunction with operatives of the State Security Service, conducted raid operations within Sapele area and arrested 3 suspected illegal oil thieves who were tracked and monitored to Agigbe, Ukwaraba, and Mission Road in Sapele local government area of Delta State. Relatively, troops of Operation Delta Safe, in their strive to curb oil theft and illegal bunkering activities, on 7th October 2022, arrested a vessel, MT Daima, with 8 crew for illegal bunkering activities at Sara area of Escabos Channel. The vessel had a length of 82 meters and a breadth of 10 meters with a capacity of 1,500 metric tons. The vessel had 6 tanks compartments loaded with unspecified quantity of crude oil. Accordingly, following directive, the vessel was appropriately handled. Troops also conducted patrols and buggy operations in the zone. During the operation, several illegal refinery sites, storage tank, wooden boats, cooking ovens, dugout pits were discovered and destroyed. Troops also conducted operational activities in the creeks and waterways, communities, towns, and cities of Delta, Bayelsa, River, and Akwa Ibom states. During the operations, several illegal refinery sites, metal storage tanks, wooden boats, dugout pits, and cooking ovens were discovered. Cumulatively, within the weeks in review, troops of Operation Delta Safe in the conduct of Operation Octopus Grape discovered and destroyed 33 illegal refinery sites, 87 wooden boats, 7 speed boats, 284 storage tanks, 116 cooking ovens, 3 fiber boats, and 18 dugout pits. Troops also recovered 2,509,000 liters of crude oil, 133,824 liters of automotive gas oil, and 7,000 liters of dual-purpose kerosene. 16 tankers, 1 vessel, 8 pumping machines, 2 motorcycles, and 42 suspected criminals were also arrested, while the sum of 650,850,777 naira only were denied to oil theft. All recovered items and apprehended criminals were handed over to appropriate authorities for further actions. Now to the South-South zone. To the South-East zone. Troops and other security agents have not relented in their efforts in the fight against elements in the South-East zone. Notably, on 3rd October 2022, troops in conjunction with personnel of the Nigerian police responded to a distress call on criminal activities in Uzu, Umahi local government area, and Isi Izu local government area of Enugu State. During the operation, 9 suspected criminals were arrested. In another operation, troops raided a suspected indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminal hideout in Ogbowa Amata village in Ugu local government area of Enugu State and Aguta in Anambra State. During the operation, 2 suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra were arrested, while 5 AK-47 rifles, 3 pump-action guns, 2 locally made pistols, 7 cartridges, 11 mobile phones, 1 pair of police uniform, 1 pair of boots, 2 canisters of tear gas, 1 fragmented jacket, 2 locally fabricated tubes, popularly known as Ogunigbe, and 1 jackknife, among other items, were recovered during the operation. All arrested criminals and recovered items were handed over to the Nigerian police for further action. Finally, to the Southwest Zone, troops of Operation Awase has intensified the fight against smugglers of contraband goods and other criminal activities in the zone. Accordingly, on 7th October 2022, troops of Operation Awase, in the conduct of swift response in conjunction with operatives of NDLA and the Civil Defense, destroyed 15 hectares of marijuana farm in Muba village in Ijebu local government area of Ogun State. Troops also conducted operational activities in Yewa North, Abeokuta South, and Ipogya local government area of Ogun State. Other locations include Baruba in Ilasa local government area of Osun State, and Ifon and Osen local government area of Ondo State, as well as Olorunda and Kosafe local government area of Lagos State, respectively. Consequently, within the week in review, troops recovered 258 bags of 50 kg foreign rice, 220 jerrycans of 30 liters premium spirit, 4 vehicles, arrested 2 criminals, and rescued 2 civilians. All recovered items, apprehended criminals, and rescued civilians were handed over to appropriate authorities for further action. On a final note, I wish to convey the Military High Command commendation on troops' efforts in the various theaters of operation across the country. The media community is also acknowledged for their partnership and continued cooperation with the military and other security agencies in our quest to restore peace and security to our dear nation. Also, the entire populace is hereby appreciated for their support given to the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agents in the conduct of our operations, while also urging them to continue to provide prompt and credible information on the activities of terrorists and other criminal elements in their respective localities. Thank you all for your attention, and God bless you all.